Hey guys, James here again. This is going to be what if Goku was born as an elite class Saiyan warrior. Now, the story begins with Kakarot being born on planet Vegeta. Bardock saw the weakness of his first son and hoped to find some way to change the course if he would have another son, or daughter. Change the course of power, that is. Yine understood that, and she was used to combat, at least previously. So before Raditz would go to missions, or on his time between missions, she would decide to train with him. Or just retired former soldiers in the neighborhood. Some person that knew how to fight, at least. Gine would train with them. And this brought Raditz and Gine respectively to about 300 each. They were not weak, they were actually really strong. So when Kakarot is born, the king happens to be checking on his son. But he heard a yell from down below where the lower class Saiyans were. And the yell was over a scouter saying, "Bardock, your boy has a power of 750. It's barely below the prince." Now, King Vegeta can hear over the scouter that Bardock and Gine are cheering. And Bardock even shows affection to Raditz for getting stronger with his mother. So Raditz is somewhat respected by, Bardock now. Even Vegeta respected Raditz for a little bit before Vegeta's elite status began kicking in and making him stronger and stronger. So, yeah. Now, when Bardock and Gine send Kakarot off, they can't help but smile knowing that he is destined to save the Saiyans, or at least defeat Frieza. And eventually Raditz tells Vegeta and Nappa about Kakarot, and Vegeta and Nappa were shocked at how strong he was at birth. As let's say Vegeta was probably about 800 at birth, Goku was about 750, so still, pretty strong. And Vegeta did have memories of his dad cursing someone named Kakarot, but he realized that Kakarot was an infant who threatened the stability within their empire due to his power at birth. So yeah. When Goku lands on Earth, his childhood is the same. And Goku does it in his head, but it's way less severe. Like, all it does is make him a combination of Goten and Gohan. Like, he's not as smart as Gohan, but he's a bit rambunctious. He has an average amount of intelligence, probably about as smart as someone like Krillin is. So, he's kind of average overall in terms of personality. He's just really hyperactive. Like, at the most, he has ADHD, and that's about it. Everything saying about him is just suppressed. He just has ADHD at this point. So, yeah. Now, a young Goku meets Bulma. And this point, Goku has power of about 1,300, or 1,300. And I'm using the common amps that were given to canonical Goku. The fact that I could see, like, Gohan's like, this boy's too strong. I'll make him train on his own in this way. And he does have Goku do just that. And Goku being a bit rambunctious, he does get hurt a lot. So a lot of his amps training by himself are attributed to him just giving himself Zenkais by accident, actually. So, yeah. Gohan got him to about 1,000. Goku got himself to the 1,300. So he got himself to 300 a bit. So, yeah. Now, Bulma would actually see that Goku was really strong because that she hit him with her car and Goku didn't even budge. She just had her car caved in. And as Goku and Bulma would leave, they find Umagame, the tortoise, or turtle, and bring him to meet Roshi. Bulma flies there, but to her shock, Goku just runs on water. He's just that fast. And when they arrive, Roshi challenge Goku to a fight over the Dragon Ball, because Roshi's like, you can't just have this power all willy-nilly for the sake of strawberries. So Goku and him do fight, but as soon as Roshi says start, the Dragon Ball's off his neck, and Goku's just holding it behind him, saying, "Wow, this really does look like Grandpa's ball." Oh well, Bulma, I got it. He just throws it to her. She caught it, and Roshi's looking at his neck, like, how did he? Is that possible? That's what Goku says. I kind of just use power pole to smack it from under your shirt, and I just snatched it off your neck. Roshi couldn't help but laugh, saying that Goku was that fast. Now they find Oolong's base, but when Goku and Bulma saw what was happening, Goku let out a loud ki, which basically destroyed the surrounding area for the next mile. And all Bulma did was just basically stand on Goku's head where the Ki was least active. All she did isn't flying in the air and landed in Goku's arms. The Ki destroyed most surrounding area. Oolong tries to join them for the sake of plot, and we go on forward. Now, when Yamcha attacks Goku, Goku just turns around and smacks his hand away, telling him he's too hungry to fight right now. And Goku, when he was tired and hungry, probably like maybe 15 maximum, he was brought to like a power level of 7. This Goku would still be in the thousands when he's tired and hungry. He bitch slapped Yamcha immediately. So, yeah. Now, Yamcha was intrigued and kept attacking Goku at every waking moment, hoping for victory. And this actually led to him staying with Bulma in the group point where he attacked Goku in his sleep. And Goku just smack him all around the RV or all around the desert when he's looking for food or water. But eventually the Dragon Balls were taken. Bulma gave Goku the radar and said, "You're fast, go find them." Goku would immediately just charge forward at top speed, running basically so fast he's creating a dust storm. And as he runs with it onto the radar, well, he eventually would find Pilaf's base. And all Goku did is basically just run back, leaving just a gigantic crater where he was, and told Bulma, this is gonna be a bit weird, but he's gonna have to do something. Guess what the thing is? And all Goku does is basically find some rope, ties it to the power pole, and Goku basically just yell extend. With this, he kept yelling extend, extend, extend until he was back to where he was, but he had to run at the same time pulling the RV. And by the time he was there, well, he was just pulled one final time, and the RV was pulled over 1 mile to him. So, yeah. And Bulma would ask Goku, like, how he's going to get in. But Goku and Yamcha stared at each other before they both just basically punched Pilaf's base full force, just destroying half of it in that one punch. Now, Goku would have to hold back, but Yamcha had the same idea, just to make your own entrance. So, yeah. Pilaf, Mai, and Shu are just on the ground covered in rubble, but they offer up the Dragon Ball, not wanting to die. So, yeah. Now the Dragon Team leaves and they make Bulma's wish for infinite strawberries. And they get it, so, yeah. Now Capsule Corp is also known for being a strawberry farm. It works. So, yeah. Now, Goku goes to train with Roshi, but due to Bulma, Yamcha, and Oolong having time, since this adventure ended a few weeks early, probably even a few months early, if I can mention, not Paozu, Chi-Chi and her family. When it came to putting out the fire, Goku held out his hand, let out one single ki blast, and that one ki blast was powerful enough to destroy a country. The shockwave from it just put out the fire immediately. So, yeah. And Oxygen was just kind of surprised. And Goku doesn't know what marriage is, but because she kept being annoying, he's like, alright, fine, just stop talking to me and I'll marry you at some point. Jeez. And that's kind of how it went. Goku was more annoyed by Chi-Chi's persistence to talk to him. Marriage was the way to get her to stop talking to him. So, yeah. Now, Roshi began teaching Goku how to use basically, not ki, but teaching him how to basically do ki exercises, like how to just flow it and control it to just, get better control over his body in general, considering his strength is kind of out of whack right now. He can control it to some moderate degree, but he can't control it to a point where he wouldn't kill an average human in one punch. Like, when he slapped Yamcha's hand, it was literally just him tapping it, and Yamcha thought he got slapped. So, yeah. So, now for around a year, Goku, Yamcha, and Krillin train under Roshi. Goku himself is around 2,600, but Krillin and Yamcha are both roughly about 100. Yamcha being a bit farther at about, like 120, Krillin at about 100 exactly. Roshi is got stronger as well, but we're not going to go on to that right now. So, due to Goku training for more ki and spiritual focus, his power level went up by basically just by ki levels alone. In terms of skill, he didn't grow that much. He knows Kamehameha still, or he knew Kamehameha from Roshi, but that's about it. So kind of all he learned is Kamehameha, and that's it. While Yamcha and Krillin were doing like those milk runs, get Goku just meditating. So yeah. So Goku's key control is next level, but it's more or less just to make sure he knows that he needs to hold back a lot. So yeah. When the tournament begins, the fights are the same, but Yamcha just replaced, let's say, the monks or something. And the tournament does end in Goku's victory. One reason I'm having this happen right now is, well, one, because he's too strong to lose, and two, Goku isn't really arrogant. Like, his Saiyan nature is gone, he's just really hyperactive. That's about it. Put that simple, the fusion of Gohan and Goten. He kind of already knows there's going to be someone stronger out there. Because what he hopes for is someone stronger. That is his dream. So, yeah. The Red Army Saga is just Goku assaulting innocent people at this point. Not innocent people, but assaulting soldiers. So yeah, for the sake of an interesting story, we have Yamcha and Krillin who fight Tao, while Goku went up to train with Korin. And honestly, Yamcha would basically use in like a bit of his old dirty tactics to basically cut a bit of Tao's armor off, or cut a bit of Tao's uniform off, basically cutting off wherever he held his grenades. With this, Yamcha would jump back, pretending to actually hide, but in reality, he would have a grenade, so Puar turned to a grenade, and Puar would do just that. But the thing is, Puar was holding a grenade as he turned into a grenade, kind of assimilating one grenade into another. So when Tao tried to throw a grenade at Yamcha and Krillin, hoping to blow them up, Yamcha would just smirk. As soon as the grenade stops, as soon as the grenade is thrown, Krillin went to hide, but as soon as the grenade is like a foot away from Tao, it turns into Puar. Tao's like, what? But the grenade that Puar had, he kind of just pulled the pin and threw it right at Tao. Tao caught it, jumbled it for a second, only for it to blow up right on his head level. We only see Tao's body hit the ground, with smoke coming from where his head should be. We don't know what happened to his head, but there was smoke coming from it. So, yeah. After this, they share a high five, they rest for like a day, then they head up to Korin's tower themselves. But, Puar being, somewhat stronger, he basically just grabs Krillin by the back of his shirt and lifts him, and Yamcha proceeds to basically crawl as fast as he can, asking Puar to come back down for him, but Puar says, "Sorry, Yamcha, you're just too heavy." Krillin just does a thumbs up, so, yeah. But, yeah. As Roshi's students train, their focus swapped. Krillin and Yamcha lean towards ki and spiritual training, while Goku focuses on martial arts and skill. And by the time the training was complete, Goku is about 3,000, Yamcha is about, I would say, 200, and we have Krillin at about 140. So, I'll go 160. It'd be nice to Krillin. Now they're told to go find Baba for the Dragon Balls, considering that Bor and Umpo were still wished, and Krillin and Yamcha told them, Krillin and Yamcha told Goku, you go up there, we'll handle the Dragon Balls and all that. Bor and Umpo will raise back to life, so and so on and so forth. So yeah. And this arc is just 3 kids assaulting dead people and monsters. Like, Gohan met Goku and all that, but Gohan knew he was not going to win. So, yeah. Now, Puar does stay with Baba for the sake of just having stronger magic, and that's about it. Or stronger transformation abilities. So, yeah. Now, eventually, after the Baba arc, the next tournament is announced. This led to Yamcha going to about 250, Krillin at 200, not far behind him now. But then we see Roshi's power on full display. At base, he's 260. When he's buffed up, he's at 350. So, Roshi is just he's nearly Kami level already. So, yeah, if we want to go Google, he's about a bit below Kami. Kami's like 406 on there, I think. So, yeah. And so the tournament happened, and the final fight is Goku versus Yamcha. Krillin beats Tien, but Krillin couldn't continue considering that he was just tired. So, yeah. But yeah, so Chatsu fought Yamcha, and Yamcha just flicked him out of bounds. That's about it. But Goku throws Yamcha around, saying, sorry, Yamcha. It's a bit hard to lose to you, of all people." Goku laughs a little, but yeah, but Yamcha kind of felt that as like just an insult and went harder, but he still lost. So yeah. And Krillin's ambushed by Tambourine, but he's not killed. He survived, and it's just honestly just needs a bit like medical care. So yeah. Like, if this is like how injured he is, I'd say it's overboard to use a Senzu beam on him. Literally take him to a hospital and leave him there for about a day and a half, and he'll be good. So yeah. Now Goku, Yamcha, and Roshi already dominate Demon King's army. Tien Shinhan would help though. Goku finally had Yajirobe, but in a single blast, he erased Drum's body from basically the face of the earth. Like Drum is just dust from how much Goku had sprayed him. So yeah. Goku would bring Yajirobe to Korin, and eventually the group would find Demon King Piccolo, where they saw the young version fighting Roshi on nearly equal terms. But Roshi just buffed up and began soloing him like it's nothing. So yeah. But also Shenron is alive because Roshi arrived on time. But when Goku arrived, Roshi just jumped away, like going back to his base state. And Goku used Kamehameha to like basically blow a hole through his body. But his egg is spat out. And Goku would decide to train Goku, or Kami decides to train Goku after that. So, yeah. Goku requests to bring his friends, but Kami simply tells Goku, "Your friends aren't as pure-hearted as you are, Son Goku. Once they obtain a pure heart, they will be allowed to be up here." And Goku understands that, so he goes. Now, Goku's advanced spiritual power and much stronger mind and body. I haven't actually spent a single day in the Room of Spirit and Time while he trained with Kami. So that single day, he trained insanely hard, but also he knows hurting himself gets him stronger. It's how a lot of his boosts occur. Because his training is good, but he has to train on his own to get any decent boosts. So Zenkai boosts are something he gets a lot. By the end of that day, he came out with power level about 9,000. But by the time he was done with Kami, he was about 12,200. So, yeah. Yamcha himself was about 350, Krillin's about 300, Tien's about 280, and Chaozu's about 240. So, pretty good. Also, short, they can all kind of solo base Demon King Piccolo right now. I mean, like, old, not our current Piccolo Jr., who's a lot stronger. Not a lot stronger, like, he's about 400 maximum right now, but still. Now, in the tournament, he does fight against Krillin, Piccolo Jr. does. The fight's nearly a draw, but Piccolo's gigantification allowed him to stomp on Krillin, and that part of the ring just kind of crumbled away, and Krillin fell off of it, so he's out of bounds, and he lost. And when Tien fought Goku, Tien didn't land a single hit, and got kneed in the gut one time and lost. Wasn't even displayed his speed and jumping. He didn't take off a single weight, he was just jumping around for fun. So, yeah. And Piccolo vs. Goku happened, the fact that, well, one thing, Goku only needed 6% of his power to somewhat contend Piccolo, and even that was a bit overboard, or overkill. So, yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. Piccolo and Goku fought. Goku only needs 6% of his power to go against Piccolo, and even that was a bit overkill. So, yeah. Goku summoned his Chi-Chi, even though like he's not really mad about it, but he also doesn't want to do it that much. But it's also a promise. Due to Goku still being a little bit childish, he still did. Now, with reunion of the Z Fighters, the OG trio was the OG trio, or OG the Goku punching bags would meet to train with Mr. Popo. That being Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin. So. Tien would finally surpass the other two and get stronger than them. By the end of the 4 years, Goku is at 16,000, Tien is at 890, Yamcha is at 850, Krillin's at 740. Like he doesn't really train too much, he hangs out with Roshi most of the time. Shatsu himself is at 500. Piccolo is at 500 as well, because he trains individually, not with a group, so he doesn't grow as fast. Now, when Raditz arrives, Raditz is a lot stronger at about 3,000, considering that, well, one, he was a lot stronger as a kid, but also he trained alone most of the time. He trained, most of the time he did train alone, but he trained a lot whenever whenever Nappa and Vegeta would stress him out, considering that that's like a comforting thing that he did with his mother. Raditz is not like other Saiyans, he's a bit more compassionate, or not compassionate, but a bit more tied to his family, I'd say. So, that is something he does whenever he's mad. Is just train. I mean, he gets mad a lot. Because he hates the other two people with him. So yeah. But when Raditz arrived, he saw like a number of people that had a power level over 400. Which is kind of impressive. But then he pointed one out that said 16,000. Vegeta and Nappa were kind of surprised at that, and they knew it was likely Kakarot because, well, he's a born upper class Saiyan, or an elite class Saiyan. So, had to be him at least. Now, Raditz did go by Piccolo, and he was kind of impressed with how strong Piccolo was, but did tell him he wasn't really going to be much to struggle with. And, well, when I was staring at like, basically this is what Kakarot was, well, Piccolo can sense that it's Kakarot he's staring at. And he's still Raditz. If you want to fight him, he'll kill you. Even now, he's holding back by a lot. Like, Piccolo stood up and his weights and said, now check my power. Raditz does check it and simply sees, like, oh, damn, it went from 500 to 700. And this Piccolo says, he's only doing something similar. His weights just weigh probably the weight of a city. He's on his body right now. Which actually did shock Raditz. So even with that news, they realized that Goku's probably about as strong as Vegeta, at the maximum Great Ape Nappa if he were to go all out, which is true. So, yeah. Raditz found them, and honestly, this arc is not any different because of the fact that when Raditz would try to kidnap Gohan, Goku kicked him in half. Raditz was kicked in half by Goku. The only words he could say before he fully died is, "too more strong," and then he's done. So, yeah. But Gohan did have his eyes covered by Bulma. So, yeah. And with this, we basically have Kami who would tell Goku, you can go train with King Kai. Because King Kai does have where she want to train Goku. He's an elite class Saiyan who's pure-hearted. He'd benefit a lot. Plus, he doesn't have a tail right now, and it'd take too long to train Gohan to learn how to master his Great Ape and get on Vegeta's level. So, King Kai does know this would be the best chance for Earth's survival, and Goku's a very intriguing person to watch. Even King Yama likes watching Goku. Like, among the Kais, and like among every single deity that isn't Supreme Kai or any deity who is below Kibito, enjoys watching Goku. Because he's an elite class Saiyan who are known for conquering, but he's a good guy and loves training. He's entertaining to watch. So, yeah. But to go visit King Kai, Goku uses Dragon Ball to transport him to King Kai's planet instead of running Snake Way. It'd take him like a week, but still. So, yeah. So for an entire year, Kami would train the Z Fighters and Gohan. Piccolo would want to train as well, but he's just sent to the time chamber for like a week and then told to leave. And he does just that. So, yeah. Because the only reason Piccolo wants to train with them is the fact that he knows they're above him and he needs to get stronger and he knows that it'll be helpful to train with them. But at the time chamber was also better since he didn't have to train with them. He just needed to train somewhere where he'd grow faster. So he grew as strong as he would in 7 years in 1 day. So, yeah. But by the time they arrived, like, everyone arrived out from their training around a week before the Saiyans arrived to King Kai's calculations. With this, we have Tien at 3,500, Krillin at 3,000, Yamcha at 3,000, Katsu at 2,500, Gohan at 2,500 as well. Piccolo at 50,000, and Goku at 570,000. the point where he's mastered Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. Like, his Kaioken maximum is 45, so he's nearly Super Saiyan already. So, he's strong as hell. This is the best way to put it. So, pause. Yeah, Goku's full power right now is 25 million. Like, Final Form Frieza is still needed to handle that much power from Goku. So he'd still push Frieza to final form, and 45 is where Goku would be struggling to use his full power. Or not struggling, but struggling to have his body not torn apart. If you want to go true all out, is about 55. 45 is like, it's like a good level. 55 is where it's alright. I have 1 minute or I might pass out because I feel like I'm gonna die. So yeah, even then he's not as strong as Frieza is, but he's still gonna be pushing at least a half of Frieza's final form power. So he'd be there. He'd be strong. So yeah. Now when Vegeta arrived, he saw the strength of the group. And Goku just watching from the lookout as he basically push-ups and watches. And, well, Frieza had to admit he was kind of impressed by their power, considering that Yamcha, when Saiyan jumped on him, he literally just pushed his fingers into his body and tore it in half, instead of just letting it blow up on his body. In fact, Yamcha and Taito were the ones to kill all Cybermen. And when it came to Nappa, well, all that happened was just Gohan and Chaozu basically did like a tag team punch to his chest and sent him flying. So yeah, it was more like almost Chaozu and Gohan handling Nappa, and they're doing it pretty well. So yeah. But then we have Vegeta who was fighting against Piccolo. Oh, and he's being manhandled. In the middle of the fight, Vegeta just tells Nappa, "Get over here." Nappa does so, and as soon as Nappa got over, Vegeta basically just punched Gohan and Chaozu in the chest and them flying away. As in the middle of them making some flying, Nappa put his hand by Vegeta's head, lighting up a false moon, where they both turned into great apes. But immediately, well, Piccolo's in a kind of like a conundrum right now, considering that, well, he can just go and fly through Nappa's chest, but in the meantime, his friends would be stomped to death by Vegeta. Well, the option is that he took off his weight, going up to around 80,000, gave Vegeta Black Saiyan armor, and just flew him through a mountain range, but didn't really phase him. But as soon as he let go of Vegeta, he flew back, got him by the tail, and threw him through another mountain range, separating him, telling his friends, "Retreat, he'll handle it from here." And for a bit, he could handle Nappa, then had to take a break, kick Nappa away, then proceeded to just manhandle Vegeta for a bit, but Vegeta went the same route, manhandled him, or ape-handled him. Coming back and forth between get Nappa away with a hard hit, go back to struggling. Hit Nappa really hard, go back to struggling. Hit Nappa really hard, go back to struggling. It's kind of how it went. But eventually, Gohan would turn around looking at the false moon, before going great ape himself and tackling Nappa. Which led to basically Nappa and Gohan wrestling, while Piccolo would struggle with Vegeta a bit less. So, yeah. But with this, as soon as Gohan and Vegeta are fighting, Gohan and Nappa are fighting, well, Tien will mention that Kami said that Goku's tail was a weak point while they're training. With this, Tien would go up to Nappa's face, yell out Solar Flare, and from above, Krillin would launch a destructive disc, cutting off Nappa's tail. And when Piccolo see that, before yelling at Goku, he needs a bit of help here. His friends aren't strong enough to cut off Vegeta's tail right now. Which they are. He just doesn't think they are. But Goku simply just flies down before landing on Vegeta's tail full force and punching it off with just raw strength. So, yeah. So, yeah, Piccolo would basically just have, I would say, on Vegeta, he would have speed and endurance on Vegeta, but Vegeta had superior durability and strength. So, that was kind of just counteracting each other constantly. So, yeah. But after this, everything is kind of the same for a bit, besides death. I would say there's no one who dies. And Goku just decided to stay behind until Piccolo was healed and Dr. Briefs finishes his ship. And as Piccolo spends his time recovering, Goku spends his time training with Kami. But in the meantime, we do have Gohan, who does introduce Chi-Chi to Kami, and she does kind of love Kami's book of just, or libraries of books. Fuck, I'm dumb. I almost said book of libraries. Pause. Right. But we basically have Chi-Chi, who basically tells Kami that she wants to go on to study here for a bit instead of at school where they have to spend money. And Kami says, no problem. If he's anything like his dad, I won't mind. His dad is just really hyperactive. So, yeah. But now we go to planet Vegeta. No, not Vegeta. Planet Namek. Gohan is about 90,000. Tien's about 80,000. Krillin's about 80,000. And Yamcha's 75,000. By the way, I forgot to mention, Yamcha and Bulma never really dated. It was like a fling that happened. I just forgot to mention that. I don't know why I didn't mention it earlier. There's like an entire note about it. Really, Yamcha always training with Goku, wanting to one-up him, but never could. All he did is just train harder and kind of ignored baseball and Bulma. Like, him and Krillin live with Roshi. So, yeah. Like, him, Krillin, and Oolong live with Roshi. And technically Umagame. So, yeah. Or Yamcha's most a nomad, but he moves the most frequently between Tien and Roshi. So, yeah. But, yeah. Now, Goku and Piccolo would head to Namek on the ship for that Dr. Reese made them, where they both get insane gravity training. Goku's already used to 10 times gravity, and his body is durable enough to handle at least 50. So, yeah. Now, when they arrive, everyone feels a strong presence on the planet that they kind of fear right now. Goku and Piccolo arrive at the site of the Z Fighters versus the Ginyu Force. And right now, Gohan was kind of going toe-to-toe with Ginyu, but Ginyu was actually able to surpass Gohan by going to like 120,000, punching Gohan around. But still, Gohan can match his strength and speed, but not durability. So, yeah. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. So with this, we have Piccolo and Goku staring down the Ginyu Force. And the Ginyu Force basically feels the power exuding off of them, as Ginyu feels like he's reminded of Frieza. Now with this, since you just yell change now to Goku, but as the only he tries to say change, Piccolo would pull a Goku and just hit Ginyu in half. Piccolo would yell, Goku, you have to be on guard. And Goku immediately said, yeah, sorry, I know. Goku just walks by this Ginyu Force, just one-tapping them all around the planet, and then giving off Senzu beans to his friends, but Piccolo just walks on the ship and gives Vegeta a bottle of beer, saying, drink that, you don't get a Senzu bean. This is Vegeta scoffs, going in and raiding the fridge for alcohol, just to numb everything on his body, and says, that's better. As he just shrugs everything off. He walks down, and then, we go on further. As time passes, and Piccolo was aware of fusion at the time, considering that Kami had mentioned it, and he overheard it. But Piccolo would basically mention fusing it with Guru and Nail this time, considering that he'd get smarter and stuff like that. There's a lot of other factors would happen that he wants to fuse with them. But, yeah. Now, Guru said no at first, but when he saw sense of that, like when Piccolo brought up, like, it, one, prolong his life, and two, the Dragon Balls would basically be held hostage until they defuse. So because of that, he would agree, but he's not too happy about it. So, yeah. But with fusing with Nail and Guru plus Piccolo's potential being unlocked, he's brought to about 50 million right now. Everyone gets a potential unlocked, bringing Goku to about 15 million, but also at full power right now, he goes over 700 million. So he can kill Frieza without going all out. Then Gohan's at 3 million, Vegeta's at 1 million, Tien's at 200,000, Krillin's at 190,000, and Yamcha's at 150,000. Then the Dragon Team, just literally get Tien, Krillin, and Yamcha to basically punch around Frieza for a bit. He gets a bit angry, then Vegeta handles him from there on out. Then have him go to second form. Then we have Gohan handling it for a bit. Then third form. Then we have just and Goku handling it in base form for a bit. Goku still handle Frieza up until his final form. So literally just go on handle it most of the time, and that happens. So yeah, but Frieza decided to go all out. Goku and Piccolo stare him down as Goku's like, oh, Kaioken times 40, and that's not enough to kill Frieza. So yeah. But due to Goku being Goku, he doesn't like officially finish Frieza off, and Frieza didn't have a point to blow up the planet just yet. And when Frieza did want to, we would hear like just hear 2 attacks be let out. Special Beam Cannon, Big Bang Attack. And my personal opinion on that name, on the name as a combo, should be the Special Banging Cannon. And when it's used, it does erase Frieza from basically off the face of the planet, so Frieza's dead. Let's take a plot, let's say King Cold somehow dies via Vegeta hunting him down in space, or him losing control of the Frieza Force, and everything that happens basically just leads like a stress-induced death. So, yeah. But with this, Guru would defuse from Piccolo, and Dende makes the wish to basically create a new Namek, move the Namekians to New Namek, and send their allies to safety. Or at least send the humans back to Earth. And, well, Dende doesn't know what Saiyans are, considering that there were no Saiyan bad guys for a bit, and he didn't really get to know Vegeta that well before he was stopped by the humans. So, only Saiyan he knows is Vegeta. He doesn't care about him, so he says humans. Which sends everyone but Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo home. Or to Earth. But let's say that Vegeta hunted down King Cold in the meantime, then went back to doing his own thing. So, yeah. But with this, we have Goku and Piccolo who are like, alright, we're kind of stuck here now, but let's fly off, I guess. And they do that, but they end up landing on Yardrat. No, Goku would train there with Piccolo, and due to his advanced spiritual power, he would pretty easily learn instant transmission and cloning. Piccolo just masters it completely. But Goku would be going back and forth between Earth and Yardrat and King Kai's planet. Tien Shinhan and Tien Shinhan was pretty interested in going there with Piccolo, because Piccolo's the first one to invite him. Goku just mentioned it. But, yeah. But Goku would also learn of fusion, but not like wanting to do it with anyone particularly. So, yeah. So yeah, Piccolo would master Great Control a lot easier, by the way, due to the fact that nailing Guru kind of probably knew it. So, yeah. Now, Tien has instant transmission and Force Spirit Vision. Piccolo has every name technique. So, yeah. Now, they arrive on Earth pretty quickly when Trunks would arrive, but he's kind of confused on why King Cold isn't there. But he does kind of realize, let's say our canonical Goku doesn't exist here, and the Trunks like, oh, what happened? And so attribute this Goku being born elite, the fact that the Trunks' time travel idea alone would basically reset his timeline. Or reset the past, and the future is unchanged. When he does get the hypothesis, they're like, well, thank you for one, but you kind of screwed yourself right there. So, yeah. But with this, well, go on. Trunks would tell Goku one thing. Protect Chi-Chi, she's pregnant. Now, you guys right now, if you guys are wondering why Goten isn't here, Bulma was more well guarded, mainly because of Vegeta not dying. So, or Vegeta not dying as early as Goku did. So when time happened, she is killed. The reason I'm having this happen right now is the fact that, well, one, I wanted to include Goten early, considering that Goku has a lot more time to be around his family. And Chi-Chi would jump on him the first chance she got. This Goku was a lot cooler than canonical Goku. At least the Z fighters he is. So, yeah. But 3 years of training passed, and, well, the power levels. Piccolo is at 400 million, Goku's at 26 million times 50 because he actually unlocks Super Saiyan here. He unlocked it on third year of training without really much control over it, but he still can use it. Vegeta's at 4 million base, but would also learn Kaioken and go up to times 40. Gohan is just at base is as strong as a canonical Goku here, so whatever I guess. And the humans all are roughly around 2 million base. 2 million in their base. Or they're all around 2 million in general. So, yeah. Now, Kami would actually fuse with Piccolo due to him being a lot wiser and, well, fusing with someone who is like him. Kami doesn't mind fusing with Piccolo. That's part of why Piccolo's at 400 million right now. But with this, he would upgrade the entirety of the Lookout and the Dragon Balls. But how strong they've gotten, there's only 3 Dragon Balls now. The G Ball, the Z Ball, the S Ball. So, the G, Z, S. I would put the T Ball there, but the G just means Gohan. So, yeah. I'm hungry as shit. I didn't eat all day and it's like 5 p.m. But on the story. Back to the story. The Piccolo keeps one ball in Lookout. Chi-Chi has 1 ball in her possession. And the other ball just buried in the Arctic. So, yeah. Now, eventually, Jiro and 19 attack a city. This time Yamcha can fight off Jiro long enough for someone like Vegeta to arrive and brutalize 19. 19 escaped, but is missing 1 arm. And Jiro's flying off, but from above, he's bombarded by Ki Blast from Gohan and Chaozu. Now, Jiro's hit dozens of times and escapes, as 19 stays behind to fight Goku. Now, Goku and him can have a double knockout instead of Goku passing out. So just a double knockout. Like he punched 19's head off right as he passed out. Now, with this, Tien would grab Goku and bring him up to the Lookout, as Tien just would leave Goku there. But immediately we have Piccolo, who would disappear and reappear in an instant, holding the Dragon Ball from the Arctic, and Tien would reappear with Chi-Chi holding a Dragon Ball. And this time she appears with a young Goten. Goten is like 2 years old at this point and kind of just clings onto her leg. And Piccolo would immediately tell Chi-Chi, hang out in the library right there. You stay there for a bit. So, yeah. And she would do just that. The Dragon Balls are basically just on standby in case disease gets worse, but the medicine is used, and then healing is used on Piccolo. But as soon as Dragon Balls are suggested, Piccolo has an idea, saying, "No, not yet. Throw him in the time chamber." Pause real quick. I need to go shopping. I don't have any food. Alright, back to the story. But Piccolo would just throw Goku in the time chamber, or Tien would on Piccolo's demand. And after 10 minutes, Goku basically punches the door, and they see a gigantic dent. And the door opens, and Goku laughs, saying, "Wow, I feel a lot stronger right now." Piccolo says, "No, you're not. You're just really strong." Piccolo just pokes the dent as it goes back to normal, and she hugs Goku as Goten would do the same thing. Goten's just really clinging to Goku and Chi-Chi right now because he's 3. So yeah. Pause. All right. So when Goku is let out, Tien and him would just enter mission to the team's base, or to the team when they arrive at Jiro's base. I mean. When they arrived, the door of the base would open, as Jiro's head rolled out. 17 and 18 walk out, but so did 16, a big man with a trucker hat, and a small blue creature. The big man with the trucker hat would step out, crushing Jiro's head. And I'll tell you the reason there are 2 more androids. Jiro saw a little kid, in his opinion, wipe out an entire army of grown men and some of the strongest humans ever like it was nothing. Before that arc was just a kid assaulting grown men. So yeah, Goku. Dro took precautions. He spent less on his own body and more on creating 13 and a baby cell. Baby cell's a prototype, but still, it's decently strong. Probably about as strong as I would say first form Frieza. So yeah, or in base for its strongest first form Frieza. Kaiokannon's copied instead of Super Saiyan. So yeah, you know with this, Goku's ready to fight and activated Super Saiyan, which surprised everyone there immediately, besides the Z fighters. But we do activate Kaioken times 40, and with this, Goku and 13 clash in a matter of just raw physical strength. Now, Baby Cell will clash with Gohan and Krillin, as it went all out, going into Kaioken times 40 as well. Not Kaioken times 40, but Kaioken times whatever it needs to be near their level. Both Z fighters clashed with the other three androids, but 16 kept trying to get away and kept getting blindsided by like Tien, because 16 kept trying to go after Goku instead of them. So, yeah. Piccolo would create clones to attack as Tien and Goku do the same thing, considering that Goku would master spirit control in these 3 years. So, yeah. Now, 13 was held by 3 of the clones, and he got barraged with punches is that 13 is definitely known for doing. And 13 would just yell, "God damn it, that ain't right." And he just kept being punched in the way that no one likes to be punched, especially men. 13 would yell and nearly cry before Goku just do some final uppercut to that area that split 17 in half. Or 17, but split 13 in half. But Goku ends up disabling Super Saiyan as the blue body is dropped. Now, this Baby Cell kind of beat Gohan and Krillin, but a Piccolo clone would just step on it, crushing it, saying, "Oh, I didn't see it." And then it just walks away with carrying Gohan and Krillin over its shoulders. Because Piccolo's at 400 million in base form. He's really strong. Like, this man would contend Cell at full power. Because this time's Kami outfit is just one gigantic weight that weighs as much as nearly a country. It's strong, it's durable, and heavy. So yeah. When Cell arrived, he would suck with the body of 13 and Baby Cell, which made Cell as strong as canonical imperfect Cell. That's too many spaces right there. And now my paragraph that was on page 2 is now on page... Not page 2, but that was on page 9 is now on page 8. So, I don't mind it, actually. But, yeah. So Cell is not strong as imperfect Cell without even transforming yet, which is kind of concerning. But 16 is off fighting against Yamcha and Tien. 16 is off fighting against Yamcha and Tien, while Gohan and Krillin are being healed. But Cell, in the meantime, fought 18, 17, Goku, and Vegeta. But as, 17, 18, and Goku and Vegeta are fighting, but as Cell arrived, he would just absorb 18 out of nowhere, becoming imperfect Cell. And with his power boost, Goku didn't use Super Saiyan just yet, considering he doesn't need it right now. But, just Kaioken times 50 is good enough right now. So, yeah. Super Saiyan's a lot easier to use considering it doesn't tear his body apart, but still. So yeah, but also he can sense himself in Cell and kind of got a bit had a small theory, so Super Saiyan was a bit of a no right now. Now Vegeta did Kaioken 45 and fought off Cell with Goku and 17. So yeah. Cell retreated, leaving 17 behind. And when Trunks arrived, we all know his identity right now. But he did try to kill 17, who was knocked out by Goku. And when he tried to kill 17, Vegeta just gut checked him right then and there, telling him, like, oh, I may not have been there the entire time, but if I was there, I would have taught you it isn't right to kill an enemy who's down. No. Trunks tried pulling his hand away, but he wouldn't work until he Super Saiyan just to yank his hand back. More time passes, and eventually, Perfect Cell would have enough people to be as nearly as strong as canonical base and Perfect Cell. Piccolo can go down there and handle it, but the Z Fighters don't want him to, or at least Vegeta doesn't want him to, and everyone else is scared of him besides Goku. So, yeah. But he just tells them go in the time chamber as a group and do your own thing. And this time chamber upgraded can fit 5 people, but only 4 went in. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks. They trained for an equivalent of 4 years or 4 days. Now, Goku's at 320 million in base. 320 million in base. And he has mastered Super Saiyan, going up to 16 billion at his full power with Super Saiyan, but he can go up to times 60. So, yeah. Vegeta has 280 million in base and can go up to just Super Saiyan alone. That's stronger than his Kaioken boosts. Trunks is at 200 million in base, and can go up to 10 billion with Super Saiyan. And then we have Gohan, who's at 190 million in base, 190 million in base, and can go Super Saiyan as well to 9.5 billion. 9.5 billion. So, yeah. When they emerged, she didn't seem bothered since Goku's head bump. It just make him hyperactive. So she knew that Goku had common sense about the situation right now. He was aware of it. He was okay with it. So, yeah. And Chi is used to go on training a bit more often, so she's kind of happy with his growth. But also Vegeta points out his new grown tail, so that if they be losing, the possibility of a Super Saiyan Great Ape is in the future right now. So, yeah. Pause. I should have how fast I was talking earlier. My bad. But, yeah. Now, Goku and Trunks don't have tails, because, well, one, Trunks' tail was forgotten, and Goku had his permanently removed by God himself, so I don't think it'd come back if he wanted it to. But, yeah. But Trunks and Goku display Ozaru, while Gohan and Vegeta display Controlled Great Ape. Or, sorry, Ozaru Wrath. Pausing. Alright, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, when they head back down to the Allies, seeing that the Z Fighters were fighting in Perfect Cell, but suddenly 17 came to fight, and this was like to Trunks' surprise. But Trunks would just hold him back, telling him, "This isn't your fight right now. Even if you think it is, it's not." And yeah, all the Saiyans would activate Super Saiyan. Right now, being attacking Imperfect Cell and just thrash him since he can't adapt this fast and can't use Super Saiyan at all. And he also doesn't have Frieza's DNA, so he wouldn't grow as fast, regardless. Now, Imperfect Cell just tried getting to 17, but Tien had an idea and told everyone to hold down Cell, but give him an opening to see Cell's chest, or see Cell's just front half, I guess. And with this, well, Tien began using Force Spirit Vision to separate 18 and Cell. And it does work. As soon as it happens, then Goku would tell everyone to move, as his own clones replace the Z Fighters, and he would just use a Spirit Bomb to erase Cell's body. And Trunks would decide to let 17 and 18 live. So, yeah. But as soon as Trunks was leaving, Piccolo gave him the location of New Namek and what the Dragon Balls can do. And Trunks would just leave to go find New Namek. So, yeah. Now 7 years pass. Piccolo's at 3 billion in base, but can also have a multiplier of nearly 500 from some mysterious power that no one knows. In secret, it is Kaioken. He has trained in the time chamber for a really long time to master it. So, yeah. Piccolo can go into the trillions right now. So, pretty strong. Base Goku is 1 billion, but Super Saiyan 1 and 2 are available, so 50 billion and 1 billion are his powers. 50 billion and 100 billion, I mean. Vegeta and Gohan are equal, considering that only time Gohan trained is for occasionally in the time chamber, then never again. And Like once every few months he'll go into the time chamber for like days and then come out. And so that's how he's on how he's on Vegeta's level right now. So yeah, but they're both at about 991 million, and they have Super Saiyan 1 and 2, so 49.5 billion and 99 billion. Trunks and Goten are about as strong as canonical Goku and Vegeta. The androids are about 80 to 100 million. They have a bit of an amp. And they work for Bulma. Considering that she's letting them live there at Capsule Corp. Well, 18 moved out to live with Krillin, so, yeah. Or 7, she had a job, then use that to buy a house. Her and Krillin were already dating. Krillin just moved out of Roshi's house and moved in with her. So, yeah. And then 17 just works on an animal reserve and to keep an eye on 17. She bought that reserve. So, yeah. We should make him train a lot more considering he had time to. So, yeah. By the way, 16 is dead. I forgot about that. So, yeah. So, where was I again? Oh, yeah. Goten is 10 and Trunks is 8. Goten and Trunks both train under Piccolo since Goten trained there a lot, and when Trunks wanted to train with him, Goten just brought him up with him to train with Piccolo. So yeah. What's the next tournament? It's honestly not much different besides the fact that Goku's alive. So, yeah. But also there's a few other things I don't know I said it was the same. So, but yeah, so Super Saiyan 2 is the only other form that's learned here. And Gohan does train constantly, but only in the time chamber. Plus fusion is mentioned earlier, but by Piccolo instead of Goku. So, yeah. Or, I forgot, honestly, you mentioned it in canon, but Piccolo's the one that brought it up this time. Either way. So, yeah. Now Piccolo was able to talk to Shin and Kibito, and basically say, I assume you two are here on behalf of that malevolent key in the distance, and are doing something about it before I have to do something about it. Shin was surprised, but Kibito looked at Piccolo saying, You dare take such a disrespectful tone with the Supreme Kai. Piccolo just decked Kibito across the jaw and knocked him out with that punch. And Shin was shocked. And Piccolo just stared down at Kibito and say, And you dare take such a disrespectful tone with Kami. We should make Goku laugh insanely hard. So, yeah. Shin was surprised again, but Piccolo stared at Shin and told him, "Sense all of our key signatures." Shin would do just that, and even the humans are moderately as strong as maybe Fat Buu. So, yep. Like all the humans are about 30 to 50 million in base. So they only have base. I don't know why I keep saying that. But yeah. But Shin was surprised saying, how are you mortals so strong? Piccolo shrugged and said, "Oh no. I mean, we all trained a lot, I guess, but that's about it." But then we have just Gohan's ki being absorbed. But when Gohan is held in place, he just broke away from Shin and killed Yamu, and by accident Spopovich. So yeah. But Shin just told him either way, they're all capable of probably killing Buu right now, especially the Saiyans. So he doesn't really care right now. And Shin brings him to Buu. By the way, I want to mention that the Goten and Trunks have learned spirit control. Piccolo is a master of it and uses it a lot. He would teach it to them. Only thing that they haven't learned is Force Spirit Vision. So yeah. But also 18 Trunks and Goten stay at the tournament. By the way, kind of like canon. 17 goes. But yeah. But everyone who's a master of spirit control basically just looked at Shin and said, You will teach us Kai because they want to learn it. So yeah. But Shin points them to Babadi's ship, and Yakano quickly emerge. Piccolo just looked at them and said, "They're under my control, just like the ones that hurt Videl." He'll just appear in front of them and just knock them out, so they don't need to die just yet. But for now, they'll remain unconscious. And from above, Dabura attacks them, but 17 uses a gigantic barrier to just, make sure the spit doesn't touch them. Now, Dabura mentioned that someone's missing as he saw a bald one there. But something from above, we see Krillin just kick Dabura across the mouth and knock him out right then and there. And 17 would just turn the barrier into a blast and erase Dabura's lower half right then and there, so he's dead. So, yeah. And Babidi wanted to see how much he got from those two instances. Not much key, actually. There was not that much he gotten from that altercation. And Babidi began just trying to run away now, since his forces are all dead. But Vegeta stared down at Babidi before smacking his head full force in base and killing him right then and there. So, yeah. Boo's egg is put was used has Mafuba used on it by Piccolo. Then the container is given to Shin, who mentions Beerus. So yeah, and in due time we have Shin training the Z fighters plus Gohan. No, well, the Spirit Control Masters plus Gohan. Plus Gohan. So yeah. Elder Kai still emerges because the Z sword is just played with by Gohan by accident, or played with by Gohan, and Gohan accidentally breaks it, releasing Elder Kai, and Gohan receives Ultimate. No one else really wants it, actually, so, yeah. And when Beerus arrives, the Saiyans, their base is roughly about 3 billion each, besides Goten and Trunks are about 400 million in base. The androids, A17 18 individually, are about 1.5 billion, and the humans all around are about 200 million in base. So they're all really strong. I'm sticking with saying base because at this point it's just accustomed to me. So, yeah. Alright. Now, Gohan and Vegeta had learned a new form that they dubbed Super Saiyan 3, but to keep it simple, it's called Wrathful Saiyan. Wrathful Saiyan overpowers every other form, but Goku and the two boys had learned the real Super Saiyan 3, which they combined with Ozaru's Wrath. And Beerus, by the way, still smacks everyone, disrespectfully, but Gohan is the one who's made Super Saiyan God this time around, considering that he has Super Saiyan 4, and he stacks it with Ozaru's... He has Super Saiyan 4, but stacks it with Ultimate and Super Saiyan God. So, yeah. But let's put it on basically like above Hakai Topo. So Beerus is impressed. Beerus wanted to train Gohan and Vegeta, but we pointed that Goku and the two boys had similar potential. And Beerus like, fine, well, you can train all of them. But we just said, no, I'm not doing all of the Saiyans. So, yeah. But we said, Beerus, Beerus, I will train the Sun family. I will train Gohan and Vegeta, Gohan and Goku. You'll train Vegeta and Trunks, and Goten and Trunks can just alternate between whoever they want to, basically. So yeah. What else? So yeah. So the next arc should be like the Frieza arc, but considering that Frieza is shit stomped by 18 and Krillin alone, that arc is not worth covering. Literally bring up Yamcha, Krillin, and the androids, and this arc is done in an instant. Golden Frieza wasn't even used; like he died before it could be used. So yeah. So, yeah. By the way, everyone here basically has got key already. So, yeah. And the tournament is announced. The tournament participants would be Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Tien, 17, and Trunks, and Gotenks. This is in the Universe 6 tournament. Gotenks fights Botamo and don't have fun. They just hit him. They punch him so much as he goes out of bounds by accident. So yeah. The next fight is Vegeta versus Frost. Since Gotenks set out to reserve their ki. And due to Vegeta's advanced body in Super Saiyan 4, he wasted the poison to have a double knockout with Frost. So yeah. So 17 fighting against Vegeta, and he had a much higher endurance for fumes than everyone else there did. So he just stood at Vegeta saying, "Really, my planet will come up with better tactics than you stupid bucket of bolts." And he just kept insulting him until Vegeta just had his guard down and just kicked across the planet. So yeah. Killer fights Goku, and Goku wanted a fun fight, so he taught Kaba Super Saiyan. Wasn't fun enough, so he gave Kaba a small amount of his ki, which gave Kaba God Ki, but made him nearly throw up blood, so he passed out. So yeah. Due to this, Kaba is basically not out of bounds, it forfeits, and Goku is not really allowed to throw a fit about it. So yeah. Next fight is Gohan versus Hit. Gohan is the fastest of like the Z fighters right now. 17 does give him a good run for his money in base though. So yeah. But all around, Gohan is the fastest. And Gohan can somewhat see Hit moving in time skip when he's in Super Saiyan 4. So Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 4 is Super Saiyan God. So Gohan just used Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 4 Blue, and just one-shot Hit. They saw when it was going to happen, and Hit passed out from that hit. So, yeah. What made Hit more surprised that Gohan walked through time skip and punched him. Like, he walked. So, yeah. And the Goku Black Arc is turned into the Vegeta Black Arc, since Gohan's display of power was only just a bright blue aura that no one saw through. All everyone knows that they can all use Super Saiyan Blue. Saiyans can, at least. They should know what Gohan was using. Only Hit saw it clearly. So, yeah. And Vegeta Super Saiyan 4 would display was the only decent display of power. So, yeah. But due to Trunks using a wish to revive all the Z fighters, and Goku and Vegeta Black's body is less advanced, he dies quickly. Very quickly. Inhumanely quickly. So, yeah. And Zamasu is just Mafubed. So, yeah. So Trunks arrived just to warn them again, instead of actually helping out that much. So, yeah. But in the meantime, while like Kid Trunks trains Adult Trunks, Vegeta is taken by Whis finds Zamasu, and Vegeta just looks at Zamasu and beheads him immediately, because he knows it's him. So, yeah. Pause. Alright. Now, the tournament of power. It's Gohan, Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, 17, 18, Goten, Trunks, Tien, and Krillin. Whis and Piccolo kind of cover their overall school stuff. So at this point where they should be in elementary school, they are not. They don't go to school. They hang out with Whis, Piccolo, and their moms. So yeah. So yeah, Goku and Vegeta go their own way still, but the tournament is basically a wash for Universe 7 by a long shot. In Goku and Vegeta at full power, Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo at full power can rival full power Jiren. So nobody's touching them at all. But in the end, Universe 7 still wins, but there's no Ultra Instinct Awakening. It's just full power going insane. So yeah. But the wish is still the same as well. The Broly movie can just be handled by like Vegeta alone, and he does. But Broly is now his new student. So yeah, like let's say The Frieza Force tries to restart under the rule of Barry Blue, and they find Broly, bring him to Earth. Vegeta handles it alone, and that's about it. So, yeah. The Moro arc is just Goku's awakening of Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta will master Ultra Ego, considering he gets it earlier. And this leads to giving Moro a gruesome and painful death. Their story can likely be the same as in canon, so who cares now? Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more. Adios.